Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Neon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And we're going to talk about the Acolyte. We're going to talk about the Nielsen ratings. They're not good. The show's not the hit that they're trying to make it out to be. I don't know why they're selling $25 action figures for this show.
25, yes, coming next spring to Ollie's. That's spring 2025 line for Ollie's.
Why do they even bother releasing any Star Wars figures at retail anymore? They should just make them Ollie's exclusive.
There you go.
Ollie's exclusive toy line. Star Wars, the Acolyte. So let's talk about this. Like, look, guys, we're not going to do endless videos on the show. It's just like every time you think Lucasfilm hits a new low, right? With Star Wars, they just keep going lower and lower and lower, and the bar is on the floor. I mean, I would say they've done more damage to Star Wars than has been done to Star Trek at this point, and I'm out. Like, I'm in my headcanon, Disney Star Wars does not exist.
Nope.
In my internal Jedi library, it simply does not exist. So
it's been erased.
It's been erased. How embarrassing.
I know. I was thinking it.
How embarrassing.
I was thinking it.
So let's talk about this embarrassing show. Before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture, news, views, and rants. Guys, you get woohoo if you do.
Woohoo.
So you go out to the news, you got all kinds of headlines here, including the Acolyte finale solving the show's biggest mystery.
The biggest mystery to me is why the hell this show exists. Who greenlit this crap? For what purpose? That's the mystery we need to solve. And whoever it was needs slapped.
Well, that would be Kathleen Kennedy. And this is a show, remember, guys, okay, not only is it being run by Leslie Headland, who was Harvey Weinstein's personal assistant, right? So she probably did know some stuff, but like, beyond that, this is the one that seemed like there was a bit of a power struggle going on because Kathleen Kennedy kind of dropped this to the press, leaked it to the press.
Yeah, it was, what was it, the Hollywood Reporter? Was it that Variety? One of the
mouthpiece.
Yeah. It got leaked that it was happening. And then the rumor was that the Bobs weren't happy about the leak. Especially because it was tied to Leslie Headland, who, they were having, that was the height of the Weinstein stuff. And it was done at a time that if you canceled it, you hate women, you hate lesbians, and it's the worst look to cancel it. At this point, you should have just canceled it.
This is funny. They're talking about the pop song at the end, which is absolutely freaking terrible. They're like, well,
they added another song? Oh, this is the same one.
This is the same awful, god-awful song.
God, give me a heart attack. I thought they made another one.
No, so, disclaimer, I've only seen episode 3. That was more than enough for me. I'm like, this is awful. This is not canon to me. I'm not watching any more of this show. I don't care about any of these characters. I will say that I did think the acting was pretty okay from what do they call him, the Squid Game guy and the witch mother, whatever.
Oh, the guy from Squid Game. He'd be the only reason I watch this show.
He was okay. He was all right. I think he deserved to be in a better show, but the show just in general was awful, and we had to suffer through, an episode with it. The kids in Star Wars, it just never really works out. Anytime they have child actors in Star Wars, and this was not an exception. Like, I'm like, these kids can't act, and they don't look like twins either. They look different. Why they look different? And then it's the same girl playing them when they're older. But let's talk about the ratings. I guess we'll go with episode 1 and 2 first from Nielsen. Now, remember, guys, there was this other outlet that was like, well, according to our super secret sources, the ratings are so much better.
No, they were like, according to people who use our app. They're known for being
their app. Yeah,
they're being like a far. I think that's not what they said, but that's basically what engagement. But at that point, if they're going by engagement, a lot of people are doing like we're doing it, just talking about how bad it is, and you have a lot of people just making articles, harassing fans who don't like it. So that they're counting that as engagement. Then yeah, there's engagement. Doesn't mean that people like the show. Doesn't mean they're watching the show. It means they're talking about it, but not necessarily in a good way.
Right. And a lot of people, they watched episode 3 because it was a train wreck. That was the one
still refuse to watch it.
Power 1, Power 2, Power Many. Yeah. They should have just made that the song. So this is coming from Cosmic Book News. Nielsen says, yeah, it's bad. The Acolyte Nielsen ratings. Disney's Star Wars fan base plummets by 75%. Second worst ever for Disney Star Wars.
Yeah, basically what everybody's been saying. It's behind Ahsoka, and in front of Andor. So it's next to last. Andor's still like the lowest.
Yeah, I mean, this isn't good. The Acolyte also cost double that of Ahsoka, 187 million versus 100 million. How? Because Ahsoka, they had like space battles and like farting space whales and like I don't even know what the hell's going on in the Acolyte. It looks really low rent. I mean, that was the thing that struck me about episode 3 was it looked like an episode of 90s Star Trek. Like I love.
And it was supposed to be like one of the most expensive.
Yeah, I mean, I love 90s Star Trek, but you can tell they had a budgetary limit. It was like, okay, we're on a new planet that just happens to look like a soundstage, and it's it just got a bunch of rocks and a matte painting.
We're on a new planet that looks like the desert in in America. We're on another planet that looks like the forests in America.
Pretty much.
We're on another planet who looks like New York when it's ice and frozen over in America.
Every planet in Star Trek looked like California.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like different parts of California or a soundstage. And this looked like it looked like an episode of like 90s Star Trek. Nielsen ratings reveal that Ahsoka's viewership is nearly double that of the Acolyte.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me.
Disney and Bob Iger definitely can't be happy. I don't know. I really, is he paying attention?
Honestly, at this point, the way they keep making these choices, I think that they want things to fail. I don't know why.
Right off.
But I don't know. I think it has to be on that because
we tried.
At this point, it's like they keep making choices that indicate they want things to fail. Like you're doing it on purpose at this point. So maybe they're thrilled. I don't know.
Springtime for Vader.
Yeah.
That's what this is. It's like, what are you doing? Like
Tatooine.
Oh God. Yeah. So it's number 7, right? Number 7. Now, and that was 2 episodes.
Yeah. So that breaks down to like 244 million minutes per episode. Which the third episode did better than that. But I think a lot of people are watching it because they're trying they wanted to see what the stupid song was about and see what that really, if they really went there.
So yeah, 3rd episode did do better because a lot of people were checking it out. For those of you who don't know, I did review the 3rd episode, and yes, lesbian space witches have dark side powers. They don't consider it to be dark side powers, but they can make babies. And apparently in the new episode got, like you said, a lot of people are slamming the new episode because they can turn into gas now too.
Oh, that's what I heard. I didn't watch it, but
no, I saw part of the clip on Twitter. People were showing the clip. I'm like,
I mean, if you eat enough burritos,
that doesn't make any damn sense. They literally turn into black gas.
Sorry.
The lesbian space witches can turn into black gas, which I have not seen. I mean, maybe, I'm sure it's probably in some obscure.
What if you breathe them in by accident? Do they come back when they reform? Are they missing an arm? You're missing your ear or your nose because I breathed it in, and then you're gonna die because it reforms in your lungs.
I don't know. I mean, again, this is more Star Trek than Star Wars. And I was thinking like Skin of Evil, which was like one of the worst episodes ever of Next Gen, where the tar monster kills Tasha Yar. Spoiler.
Yeah,
like 30 years ago, but like, it's like, what's your motivation? Oh, I'm evil and I'm lonely and I just want to kill people. Blah, blah, blah. And it was just like an obvious, like a mannequin. They just like on a stick, and it was like, oh, I'm a tar monster.
It's funny to me looking at this chart though. It's like Netflix, Prime, Netflix, Paramount Plus, Disney Plus, Netflix, Paramount Plus, Hulu. Actually, Hulu's technically Disney, but if you weren't going by that, Paramount Plus had shows that were more popular or had in the top 10 than more than Disney did. 'Cause Disney has one. All of it's Netflix.
I can't believe that Sweet Tooth beat Star Wars. I mean, on what planet?
Bridgerton does because, it's,
sex.
Yeah, sex sells.
Yeah, well, so if lesbian space witches actually made babies the old-fashioned way, maybe with like a space strap on or something, I'd get a lot more views.
Yeah, but that's not where they went. They just sing a song about it.
It's my lightsaber. So yeah, it's just not good. Like, I don't know what to tell you. And people are saying, I guess the 7th episode's pretty bad.
My face every time I see one of these articles come up.
I don't know.
What the hell?
Like, I mean, look, we're not going to sit here and like constantly do Acolyte videos, and people will be like, well, you did more than one.
Don't care.
Yeah. Did you see how many freaking, I mean,
mostly we talk about, hit pieces on fans who don't like this shit show.
You want to talk about milking the Acolyte? Go out to mainstream media and look at all the damn articles every 15 freaking minutes.
I would argue that the discussion and the articles about the Acolyte get more views than the actual show.
Oh yeah, no, I agree 100%.
And they're going by engagement. It's like when they did that. I forget which convention it was. Was it San Diego? That one year during the pandemic when they had it shut down, they were literally counting or maybe New York Comic Con. They were literally counting the videos made. The views in the videos, maybe people about their convention as their engagement. Like if we made a video about the convention, about what they were doing and how it wasn't going to work out, they counted those views, which got more than theirs, as part of their engagement. That's kind of what they're doing. Oh, it got all this engagement. Yeah, because the media is not, and they just keep talking about it perpetually.
Yeah, and it's just like, I mean, this is not... Look, when George Lucas said that Disney fundamentally did not understand the Force, I think he knew they were going to do this. But again, it's like, what can he say? He took $4 billion. He took a $4 billion payday from Disney. He already called them white slavers. I mean, it's pretty obvious what he thinks about Disney. And I got nothing. Like I said, none of this to me is canon. None of this to me is canon.
No, but the takeaway here is the viewership is not great. I'm sorry. It's not great. I think in more recent episodes, people are thinking it's dropping off the top 10 in total. But the third episode seems like, I think when you go back to that chart, I think they had 388 million minutes, which when you break that down, 370 million. That was more than the first two had. If you broke it down per episode. So it did have an uptick, but that's because everybody was like, no, they didn't. And then we're watching it to see if it was true about the power of one, power two, power of many. Yeah. That's why when I said it was going to go up because of that. I don't know what happened after that, but we're seeing these numbers are not great. They're better than Andor, but they are definitely next to last as far as, the ratings, or the viewership. But the thing is, I think people liked Andor a hell of a lot better than they're liking the Acolyte. But
people didn't watch Andor. I actually forgot to watch Andor, and I actually liked Rogue One, but I didn't watch Andor because I was so checked out from Disney Star Wars after Boba Fett and Obi-Wan that I didn't care. I just don't care. Yeah, I feel the same way about this that I do Marvel. Like, Disney has successfully destroyed two beloved two of the things I love the most. I loved Marvel Comics for years, and I loved Star Wars for years, and they're just like both freaking dead.
Well, that's just because you're a straight white man and a bigot.
Oh, okay, that's right. They can't get rid of me fast enough.
I have a vagina, so my opinion matters more. It still sucks.
Still white, though.
It's ginger and white, so it's practically black. Ask Hollywood. I don't set the rules. Hollywood does.
Oh my God. Okay. Are we going to wrap this up?
Yes.
I'm going to be honest here. I get tired of talking about this. I really do. I get tired of talking about today in Disney Star Wars, Kathleen Kennedy shot her pants and shot the bed, guys.
That would be more entertaining than this.
It would be.
Oh my God. The South Park episode was more entertaining.
It was.
And I bet you probably had better ratings too.
It's just like, I don't even know what to say anymore. I'm doing these videos and I'm like, and in today's news, Star Wars still sucks.
I know, water, sweat, it's a day that ends in Y.
It's like, here, do you want me to do another 15 fucking videos telling you how much Star Wars fucking sucks? Because it's going to continue to suck as long as Disney owns it. And they're probably never going to get rid of it. And I don't think you can get rid of Kathleen Kennedy. I don't think they can.
I don't know why. I don't understand this. I mean, like I said, the girl has to have something on them. There's no other reason that she's still there.
It's like Star Wars is ruined. You had a chance to get the original three back together, the original three leads back together. You blew that. You destroyed the character of Luke Skywalker. You retconned the origin of Anakin Skywalker. Like nothing. There's freaking 5,000 Jedi running around in a galaxy where Luke was supposed to be the last one. I still, to this day, do not know what the fuck the First Order is, or where the fuck it came from, or what the fuck the Knights of Ren are. Could somebody fucking explain this to me?
I think at this point, Star Wars, to pull itself out of the hole, needs the power of many to actually watch their shows and movies and give a shit. And
I think it's over. I don't think it's ever come. Here's the truth, the brutally honest truth. People listening to this video. The brutally honest truth is all this shit that we loved that got bought up by corporations, it's never coming back. It will never be what it used to be.
They're just zombie puppets.
It's zombified. The best we can hope for. One, we always have the old stuff. We have the memories that we have attached to the old stuff. That's never going to change. Two, the best we can hope for is that people were inspired by original Star Wars and by original, Marvel comics in the 60s, 70s, 80s, and that they go on to make new stuff that
you're not allowed to make new stuff. It's only sequels and prequels and reimaginings.
It's never.
Hollywood has no balls, and I mean that in so many different ways. Are we gonna wrap this up?
Yeah. It's just whatever. I'm still processing. I'm over it. It's just it's gone. It's dead and buried. It's not coming back. It doesn't matter how many freaking videos we make complaining about it. It's just done. It's just done. Star Wars, as the kids say, Star Wars is cooked.
No, but it's cathartic for me, especially when I get one of these stupid, dumbass journalists being like, "That's kind of toxic man." I'm like,
toxic man that we need to chase out, because I grew up with Lego Star Wars, and that was my Star Wars. I'm like, oh,
it was for everyone, so kiss my ass.
For everyone.
It always was. So we're gonna wrap this up.
Let's wrap it up. Please subscribe. We'll talk later.
Bye.